Hello there, everybody. You are the viewers, and I am doing some nostalgia. What is this game, you ask? This is Dungeon Fighters Online. Formerly done by Nexon, currently done by Neopol. I'm not sure what their name is. Hopefully they're better than Nexon, because this was a fantastic game, and Nexon let it die, because I'm not sure why. It seemed to be extremely popular. It had a lot of demand to come back. The biggest thing I saw was that Nexon just didn't care about letting it live. Of course, it seemed to be the same way with a lot of their other games. Just nothing happened with any of them. Now the fun part about this game, it's kind of an old school side-scroller type game. They have different classes with different attacks, different pluses and minuses. Me, I play the priest with the specific class of exorcist. What did that do? Okay. I chose this, honestly, not because I thought it was the best one out of what was available, but because this is what I played back when, what was that really terrible? Nexon, back when Nexon owned it. And it's nostalgia. That's the entire reason I chose Exorcist again. But man, you take giant objects and you just beat things with them. And I think you'll agree that he's pretty violent for a priest. But I guess being an exorcist sure has a lot of dangers. Like vomit. References. Part of what I think drove me to this game originally was arcades, man. Arcades. What happened to arcades? I still love arcades. There was an arcade near my home that shut down fairly recently, and it was sad. Sad times. My casting speed has increased. I don't know if any of my skills count as magic. I can't go that way. I should have looked at the map. I forgot to check what quests I'm doing. Living Cold Snap. I just gotta collect ice crystals. What I like too about this is they give you a lot of options for how to do the attacks. Like you'll notice at the bottom, they're each given one specific key. And you control with the arrow keys. You attack with X, you jump with C, and whoa, how do you? Ooh. And you do a very specific special attack with Z, and then of course there's those that do that thing at the bottom. I'm not describing very well, but the point is that they're at the bottom there. And it's they give a specific key, is my point, to each one. But you're not limited to using those. If you do different combinations with the special attack button, they can link into those different attacks. Like, default is just that, but if I go forward and do that, and just, yeah. I'm not describing this very well. But darn it, I'm having fun. I was planning on doing Gauntlet. And it's actually at this moment set to record. Not set to record. Ha! The game force minimized, which is the thing that broke that other game. But I remembered to record it again this time. Anyway, I actually have, at this very moment, as I'm saying this, not as you're watching this, because I'll fix it at that point, have Gauntlet scheduled to go and upload itself onto YouTube in the normal schedule. But it's not going to happen because as soon as I finish doing this one, then this is going on because this is newer. It's special. Ooh, I wasn't paying attention. I can't waste a lot of those. I should have used health potion because I have several of them. But I figured this would be a more interesting thing to do, since we'll always have Gauntlet. That's there. And it's something we know, it's something that's been around for a while. This came out recently, the beta. The open beta, I should say, just started. So that's fun. I need to pay attention to the minimap. I keep ignoring everything on screen, which has got me killed once, and it's got me going in the wrong direction twice. Ugh. Oh, and I skipped that, which would have saved me all the I'm messing up everything. I'm gonna punch an elf in the face. It's called a dingle. I'm immature. Now, like I did say, this has been re-released, and they didn't change a whole lot. Or they did. They did change quite a bit. For one, it's compatible with not Windows Vista, and I'm not saying it's not compatible with Windows Vista, but Nexon had problems with things that weren't Windows Vista. You could get it to work on Windows 7, and some people didn't have a problem. It pretty much straight up refused to work on Windows 8. It was it didn't work well to begin with because I don't know what Nexon's thinking ever. So they did add some classes, they added some different enemies and different quests. I need a game stick to play with this. Money, 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 money. Oh no. Gonna buy that. Ooh. Return to town because I completed a quest. Let's see what's in my inventory. See, I have on the same thing, but this one's slightly better. Now I have the slightly better one. I just found this. It is not better than what I have. So I'll ignore that and I'll sell it later. And just for clarity, this is not going to be a regular thing. I wanted to do a one-off. I'll be uploading the Gauntlet next week. I just wanted to do this because it was here and it made more sense to me to do this now because it's new and because I'm already in the middle of something. I'm in between two right now. So it made sense to me. They always have the location help button, which maybe it'll be, what's this? Ahead. Maybe it'll be more useful later, but right now it only points me to here, which is not useful. Ooh, I got more skill points. Straight punch is pretty good, actually. And do that. And do that. I got a cool cape and a cool banner thing at the top because beta event. One thing is you do have to go through a lot of these multiple times, which can be annoying. But they do change it up, so it's more like a similar area. It is a little too similar, in my opinion. But not enough to make me stop, because the gameplay is really fun. I haven't been in a situation where I could tell this, but I do remember one problem in the original game is if you were playing, because you can have multiple people with you that are just other players. Like I could have, if I wanted to, which might be an interesting thing to set up, is I could have Cody with me, and I don't know if Nick and Kyle have uploaded anything yet, but I could have them on here too, because you can have 4 people. And they could all be in this dungeon with me, doing the same thing. But the problem I was mentioning earlier with the original one is if anyone was a gunner, they would take all the enemies before you could. They weren't necessarily stronger, but they were pretty much the only character with range that anyone played. And they had quite good range. And it became quite an issue trying to get experience when you had a gunner around. And I hope they did something to change that, because that was a little annoying, to say the least. They were a great help, but then they were just kind of there and no one else was. Because they were pretty much attacking everything before you could get to it. Look at these guys. Wabang. also don't know if they're going to change this, but right now, pretty much the whole game that isn't type, and that guy saying excellent and stuff like that is all in Korean. Which I guess I don't have a huge problem with, because you can still play the game pretty well. Because everything you actually need to know is text. One thing I am at least hoping for is when they bring in the main merchant guy that you could give tokens. There's a merchant guy, Jin or something, who you give tokens to, and he gives you a random item. Which was a pretty cool thing, just because you could get some really good items from him, and the tokens weren't too bad. I mean, you could also get some really horrible items. It was a gambling thing, basically. But you would think it would be annoying, but it kind of added something that every time you were in the area of him, you just heard, "We have to spend money to make money." And I'm not sure where they got that accent or voice or whatever. I also am not doing it the best, I don't think. But that was pretty much it. And you'd think it would be annoying, but there's something about it that it just felt right. How much gold do I have? Oh, it chose for me. I waited too long. Oh, I forgot to put on the armor I got back at the clip. Now, I don't know how long I've been recording, but I feel like this isn't something that you guys want to look at for too much longer. Sorry, I'm getting lost in looking at card what? Head, shoulders, healed, in the arena, get out of my side. I don't know what this does. This is interesting. I don't know. Anyway, like I was saying, this was cool. I'll be doing Gauntlet next time, and I'll be playing through Gauntlet. Quote of the day. Nostalgia. Hey,